In this video, we are going to discuss the next problem, that is exchange the values of two variables of integer type a and b using third temporary variable c without using third temporary variable c. That means we have one variable a whose value is 10, we have another variable b, assume its value is 5. So now we want to exchange or swap the contents of a and b. That means a value becomes 5, b value becomes 10. So how a value becomes 5? So it comes from the value of b. How b value becomes 10? It comes from the value of a. So we want to swap the contents of two variables, or we want to exchange the contents of two variables. The first option is using a third variable. The second one is without using a third variable. So first we are going to discuss how we can swap the contents of two variables or the values of two variables using a third temporary variable. So we have earlier discussed that the variables are like boxes in a memory location, or the variables are similar to boxes in memory location. So we have a variable a and we have another variable b. So it means we have two boxes and the name of the box is a, the name of the box is b, and its value is, the value of a is 10 and the value of b is 5. So we want to swap the values of two variables using another variable. So we have another variable here, its value is, assume, c. So with the help of c, we want to exchange the values of a and b. So how we can swap? So consider a real life scenario similar to this. That means assume we have two boxes. So we have one box, that means x, we have another box and its name is y. So we have another box, its name is z. So in place of x, y, z, so assume the name of the boxes are a, b, c. So capital A, capital B, capital C for simplicity. Okay. So now here box A contains some gold items. So like this. So remove this gold. Okay. Similarly, box B contains some silver items and box C is empty. So how we can exchange the contents of box A and B using another box or using another empty box C? So for this, so first we can move all the gold items from box A to box C. So in this way, so I can move all the gold items that are in box A to box C that is empty. So if I move, so first step I can write here, move all the gold items from box A to, or in place of this one I can use the arrow mark, to box C. So now after this step, this box C is going to store the gold items. Now then in the next step what I can do? So in the next step I can put the silver items that are in that are in box B into box A. So I can put the silver items from box B to box A. So here I can write, move all the silver items from box B to box A. So after this step, here you can see this box A is going to contain the silver items. So like this. Then in the next step we can write, so move all the gold items from box C to box B. That means like this. So here if we use the arrow marks like this, so this is step 2 and this one is step 3. So this is step 1. So I hope after this is clear to everyone. So after this, the box B is going to contain the gold items. So here you can see the contents are swapped. So initially A contains gold items, B was containing silver items. So now A is going to contain silver items, B is going to contain gold items. So the contents are swapped. So in this way we can swap the values of A, the values of B. So mathematically we can write, move all the gold items from box A to box C. So mathematically or in a programmatic manner we can write this as, so move the contents of box A to box C. So I can write C equal to A. So here you can see, if I write C equal to A, so it means the contents of A are going to be stored in C. The contents of A are going to be stored in C. That means always the right hand side value is assigned to the left hand side. So similarly, if I write box B equal to move all the silver items from box B to box A, so it means I can write here, so A equal to B. Then similarly here, if I want to write this third step mathematically, so I can write, move all the gold items from box C to box B. So mathematically we can write this as B equal to C. So we are going to follow these 3 steps and we can swap the contents of box A and box B. Similarly, we follow these 3 steps and swap the contents of A, B, C. So here we can write the complete program. So for that we can write class. So assume the question is question 8, so I can write question 8A, because question 8 has 2 parts. So one is A, another one is B, or you can write any class name. So class question 8A, or for that I have written Q8A, then public static void main. So public static void main string args. Then I can write here int A equal to 10. So this is the initial value of 10. Then I can write int B equal to 5. So that is the initial value of B. So now I want to swap the values of A and B. So before that I want to print the values of A and B. So I can write, for printing or displaying the values of A and B, I can write here system.out.println, system.out.println. So here I can write before swap. Then I can write again system.out.println a equal to, so I want to print this a equal to as it is, then I want to print the value of a. So for value of a I can write here, and now I want to join this statement with this one, or I want to concatenate this with the value of a. So for that we can use plus, then semicolon, then similarly I want to print the value of b. So system dot out dot println, so it is b equal to plus b. So for simplicity I have used 3 system dot out dot println statement. You can use a single println statement or 2 println statement, so it is up to you. For simplicity I have written 3 system dot out dot println statement to print the values of a and b. Now we want to swap the values of a and b, so for that we can use these 3 steps only, so that we have discussed. So for that I can write, so for swapping I am taking a different color, so int c equal to a, so c is a temporary variable, for that I am defining its type int c equal to a, and the value of a is stored in c, like we have written here, c equal to a, then a equal to b, b equal to c we can write. So a equal to b, b equal to c. So Java is case sensitive, so as we have used small a small b, so I am writing here small a small b. So in this way the values of a and b are swapped. So now I want to print the values of a and b again. So for that I can copy these 3 statements and paste here. So here for before swap I can write after swap. After swap the values of a is this one, values of b is this one, and at the end I can give the 2 curly braces. So this one is for the main method, closing of main method, this one is for the closing of class, or we can say this is end of main method, this is end of class. So in this way if we execute this program, then the values of a and b are going to be swapped or exchanged, and here we are using another temporary variable c. So now we are going to solve the same problem without using a temporary variable c. So assume our real life scenario that we have discussed earlier. So we have one box and the name of the box is a. Assume we have another box, the name of the box is b. So in box a some gold items are there, in box b some silver items are there. So now I want to exchange the contents of box A and box B without using any other box. So how we can exchange? So it is similar to our real life scenario. So we don't want to put the gold items or silver items on the ground. So in that case we can move the silver items from box B to box A. So I can write like this. So move silver items from B to A. So if I move the silver items that are stored in box B to box A, so in the next step what is going to happen? So in the next step, this box A, or after executing the first step here, this step, after completion of this step, what is going to happen? So this box A is going to contain both gold and silver items. So like this. Now in the second step, what we will do? So in the second step, we have to retrieve the gold items from the combination of gold and silver and put it in box B. So here we can write retrieve or extract gold items from A and put that in box B. So if we retrieve these gold items from the mixture, or retrieve the gold items from box A and put that in box B, so what is going to happen? So here we can write the gold items, and here these gold items are retrieved. So this box A is going to contain only silver items. So like this. So in this way we can transfer the contents of, or we can exchange the contents of box A and box B without using a third box. So mathematically we want to write these statements and complete the program, or complete the program that we are discussing. So variables are nothing but similar to boxes in memory location. So we have earlier discussed this one. So we have assume one box A, its value is 10. We have another box B, assume its value is 5. Or in 10 is stored in box A and 5 is stored in box B. So we want to swap the contents of box A and B, or we want to swap the values of box A and B, or the variables A and B, without using a third variable. So in this way, first we can take this value 5 and add here. So if I take this value 5 and add here in 10 or in box B, what will be the value of box B? So it becomes 15. So in place of 10, the value of A becomes 15. So mathematically we can write A equal to A plus B. Then we have to retrieve the value that was initially here and put that value in B. So first we are mixing, then we are extracting. So to neutralize or to extract the value of 10 that was earlier stored in A, we can use subtract operation, because the subtraction neutralizes this addition. So for that we can write B equal to A minus B. So here if I write B equal to A minus B, so the value of B becomes 15 minus 5, so that is equal to 10. So this 10 is our desired value that we want to store in B. So now the value of B becomes 10. So we want to store 10 in B. Now the value of A should be 5, but it is 15. So we can write this A equal to A minus B. So if I write like this, then the value of A becomes 15 minus the value of B. So the present value of B is 10, so it is 5. So 5 is going to stored in A after executing this statement. So if we follow these three statements, then we are getting B is 10 and A is 5. So we can write a complete program using these three statements only. So using these three statements. So first we are putting the value of B in A, then we are retrieving the value of A and storing it in B. So why we are putting here, or why we are adding this value of B here? Because we can later retrieve that value of A from the mixture. So if assume there are, in place of gold and silver elements here, in place of some gold, silver, some chemicals are there. So if you mix the chemicals, then it is very difficult to retrieve one chemical from the mixture. So mathematically we are using plus operation. Similarly, we can use multiplication for mixture and division for retrieval, because division neutralizes the role of multiplication. So in place of addition, subtraction, we can also use multiplication, division. Similarly, also we can use XOR operation for addition or for mixing the values of A and B, and again the same addition of XOR operation to neutralizes its previous part. Okay, so now in place of this multiplication, subtraction, multiplication, division and XOR operation, we want to complete this program. We want to complete this program by writing these three statements. So later we will move to the addition, the multiplication, division part. So let me copy the part, some part of the old program here. So this part is same. Copy. So here we can write question 8, question 8b. We can write question 8b. Okay. Then A is 10, B is 5. So print the value of A and B. Then simply we can write the previous statement that we have discussed. So we can write A equal to A plus B, then B equal to A minus B, then A equal to A minus B. So in this way we have exchanged the values of A and B without using any other variable C. So now we can simply print, or we want to simply print the values of A and B. So for that we can use these statements. Copy. paste. Okay. So these are for printing the values of A and B. This is for printing the value of A and B before swap. This is for after swap. So here the swapping is done. So assume if you want to use multiplication and division operation in place of addition subtraction. So multiplication is to put the values of B in A, and division is for neutralizing the value of multiplication and retrieving the value of B. So in that scenario we can write like this. So let me copy this complete page, copy page, then here paste page. Okay, so here you can see in place of A equal to A plus B, simply I can write A equal to A multiplication B. So this is in place of minus B, I can write division. Again here I can write division. So using multiplication and division also we can write the, or we can swap the values of A and B. Similarly, in place of multiplication division we can also use bitwise XOR operator. So this one our old program. So here I can write, so A equal to A XOR B and B equal to A XOR B, and again A equal to A XOR B. So in this way also we can swap the values of A and B using bitwise XOR operator. So I hope this one is clear to everyone.